Okay, so today we're going to talk about 3 red flags when hiring a landscape designer or landscape architect. So if you're in the process of looking for a designer for your new project, there's 3 red flags that I've noticed over the last 20 years that are usually a sign that the designer's not right for your project. And so we're just going to jump right into it with number 1. Red flag number 1 is a landscape designer makes the project about their ego and not your goals. So sometimes designers think themselves as artists or kind of like divas, and this is a huge red flag because when you hire a designer, you're paying them to be a partner on your team. So if they're not actually there to help you to go from A to B, you need to realize that this person might not be for you. And so some of the signs that you'll see with this is a designer trying to push their own design aesthetic or personal taste into your project, or possibly they have more of a cookie cutter approach where they're really good at designing one thing, and now what they're trying to do is to force their style and that one thing they're really good at into your project. So these are just things to be aware of. If you ever have a designer who really speaks highly of themselves and they really think they're like some artistic savior of the landscape industry, that's again, of course, a huge red flag. So anytime you see an ego inflating around you, this is a good time to probably walk away and look for a new member for your team. Red flag number 2 is when a landscape designer pressures you to use plants and materials from their nursery or their stockyard. So this is pretty common with some design build firms where what they're going to do is they're going to design you a landscape for free or for a low cost, and then they're going to put that cost actually into the materials and the cost of construction. But what they're going to try to do is pressure you to buy from them. And this is a huge red flag because, as I said a moment ago, a designer should be your partner. And so if the designer is not your partner and they're not out looking at different vendors and nurseries and trying to find you the best products at the best price, they don't have your best interest. So what they're trying to do is just offload their inventory and possibly a surplus of inventory onto you, which it's not your responsibility to take on a project and then have to buy a nursery's leftover inventory that maybe isn't the best for your project. And the last one here for red flag number 3 is when a landscape designer calculates their design fee based on a percentage of the construction cost of the project. So this is a big red flag because this can actually cost you, the client, a lot of money. So what a landscape designer should be doing is providing you a lump sum proposal. And in that proposal, they should be showing you an itemized list basically that shows each task or phase broken down by hours, by their hourly rate, that then sums up to their total price. If a designer is going to give you a percentage, let's say 5% of the construction cost will be their design fee, this can quickly inflate on you. So a very simple change in materials can make a project increase in price. So for example, if you are using a concrete in the project and you're building that around $7 a square foot, if you now switch out that concrete to be pavers or bluestone, you're looking at maybe over $50 a square foot. So suddenly just a simple change in materials have increased the cost from $7 to $50 per square foot, so it's 7 times the original cost. And at this point, the client should not have to pay more to the designer just because the cost of the constructions went up. So if you do see this is a huge red flag. Again, designers should be giving you just lump sum proposals for their design fees. So that's it. Those are the 3 red flags to watch out for. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. That's going to help me grow this channel. If you have any red flags to share, drop them below in the comments. I would love to hear them. And if you really like landscape design tips and landscape architecture, hit subscribe. Thanks.